I found a photograph of the Queen and Prince Philip arriving at Williams base, wherever he's stationed in training as a rescue helicopter pilot. And something about the photograph caught my eyes, and that was the Queen's legs. You know, for an 80-some-year-old woman, she has a very strong quality to her. Have you noticed she's very robust? And a lot of times you'll see her getting out of a car or stepping up onto a train, and no one's helping her. Now, this woman is supposed to be in her 80s, and we know that she's a reptilian. And I believe from the ceremonies that she participates in, she probably gains a lot of superhuman strength. It's just not normal. I don't know if you've ever watched videos of her. She just doesn't give you the impression of this little old lady. So I happened to see this photograph, and her legs, something about her legs. So I thought, well, I'll take a closer look. So I blew the photograph up a little bit, and her legs appear to be very reptilian. I'll show you what I mean. There appears to be a swirling snake-like pattern to both of her legs, and her legs are covered in faces. Here's one right here. I hope you can see it. This one has horns on top of its head. Here's the pattern on the other leg. They're covered with little tiny faces and a very strange reptilian swirling pattern. As she's being greeted by this high-ranking official, major, whatever he would be called, there's a very high wind, and it catches her hat. It's about to blow her hat off. And I think because this wind was about to blow her hat off, they might have become a little bit concerned. She grabbed her hat, and you can see this man in uniform leaning down toward her. It must have startled them a little bit because they both began to shapeshift into reptilians. You can obviously see that something strange is going on with this man as he leans down toward the Queen. As you can see, the human face is falling apart. Look at the ear. Here's a close-up of his ear. It's morphing. There's all kinds of little creatures swarming all over him. As you can see, his face literally coming apart, the hologram mask. You can see the little creature swarming all over his shoulder. Here's the side of his face and his neck. The mouth has become very large, and the teeth are protruding. They're very pointed and very sharp. The Queen is also shape-shifting. Look at the area around her eyes. Her teeth are starting to point, become very sharp. You can see scales emerging on her neck. She's covered with little tiny entities. Here's her right leg. Here's her right leg. You can see all the faces, the swirling reptilian pattern, the little creatures on there. This is the right leg, going all the way down. Something quite large there in the ankle area. There's a close-up near her shoe. Here's the other leg. Really grotesque. She was definitely shape-shifting that day. And here's both of those legs again. They're not human. She's definitely not human. Arizona Wilder, who was a mother goddess for them and did their sacrifice and the rituals for them, describes them shape-shifting into huge, ferocious reptiles. Diana knew too.